Salve, salve, guitar community. Today, I'm gonna focus on the thumb. Okay, short lesson. I think we'll see how much I'll talk or how much you would like to listen to me. But nevertheless, yesterday I was teaching a lesson to a student that I've had for over 2 years, and we got into discussion of how to work the thumb. Okay, especially when you're doing arpeggio exercises. First of all, I think that arpeggio exercises or playing simple arpeggios, it's a great deal of what we do with the instrument. Okay, I would say 80% of everything you play, especially in classic guitar, involves some variation of arpeggios. And if you know how to master that and using the planting and using proper technique, that will come really well for you when you're about to perform. Okay, so the thumb. Hopefully you can see this here well. The thumb, first of all, it's not about how much strength you put on the string by itself. In fact, the first exercise I want you to do is just to feel the weight of the thumb and the weight of the string. Okay? I'm not putting much effort here. Basically, I'm just letting my finger slide through the strings. Notice how the sound is controlled. I don't have the A string doesn't sound louder than the E string, or the D string doesn't sound softer than the A string, and so on. Okay? Controlling your sound. I mean, I could play all this with a, let's say, more sound. Let's see what that sounds like. Or even more sound. Now, this is getting a little bit on the topic of understanding how much sound you can push from a string before that sound becomes, should I say, unacceptable, or like a buzzy sound. So, for example, here would be a buzzy E sound. This is a little too much, like especially with the D. It's not a sound that I particularly like, or we use it for pretty much anything I'll play. But understanding that limit and understanding that control starts right here. In addition, be able to control the movement of the thumb just by not playing faster or slower, just keeping in the pocket. So. In addition, try not to look. Where is the thumb being touched on the string? So basically, if you can see my thumb right here, this part here, it's actually a little red. If you can see this little red here, that's where the thumb meets the string, more or less, and that's where you're trying to get that sound. With the metronome itself, let's put it back on here, and you have this. Notice that when I'm coming down, I'm just coming down. When I'm coming back up, though, as soon as I play the D string, I go back to the A right away. I don't do this and then do that. That's what? Wasting energy. So, and I try to do it almost in one movement. So, if you look at sideways in the camera, it almost looks like my thumb is doing like a semicircle. So, the is making like a semicircle in unclockwise, okay, and towards what would be my right. So I'll do it super slow. One more time. The same thing will happen when you coming up again. When you play the A string, you're gonna go back to the E using the same movement. What happens is the thumb will touch. Let's say if I'm playing the A going back to E, the thumb will touch the D, but only touch, doesn't stay there. So, and it goes back right away. Almost in, I would say, in one movement. And then when putting everything together, should look like this. As you get comfortable with, you may even want to make things more interesting, so you might want to try this. So you start with E, D, A. So E, D, A. Or you might even want to do A, E, D. Mix it up. This sounds a little, I hope it helps. Basically, what I see a lot, yesterday I saw a student doing the arpeggio exercise, and what was slowing her down, it was the thumb, okay? When you're switching between the thumb. And this goes to every situation. Understanding, knowing, for example, here my eyes are closed and I like to, using my A finger to play the D string. I'm supposed to just be able to do that, like that. Or let's say, let's do another one. Using my thumb, I want to play the B string. Okay? Practice that sometimes in your own time. Okay? Have that little game with yourself. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Coming up, there will be more videos. This week I'll be providing a few videos about theory. I think I already have a few packages that I hand out to my students, but maybe I think it's time for a set of videos that explain more to you the function of chords, of how a major scale works, and all that jazz. Okay? If you have any questions, get a hold of me. Otherwise, stay flame, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Ciao.